So yesterday I came on here and I talked about how the Bears offensive line, especially at left tackle, the situation is concerning. But after listening to Ben Johnson talk to the media today, fam, it's worse than we thought. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe. And unfortunately, after listening to Ben Johnson speak today, it appears to me that this situation at left tackle is worse than we realize. I'll let you take a listen to what he said, and then I will discuss.
Today, Sunday, next week, what are you looking for from your left tackles as you try to find an answer there?
Yeah, hopefully some clarity. That's what we're looking for. This thing's going on now 3.5 weeks, and I said, and I'll say it again, we'll go as long as we need to go to find the right guy, but we'd like to see someone go ahead and make it clear to us that he is that guy, and we just haven't seen that yet as a staff. There's been too much up and down, and so today's practice will be a huge thing, and so will Sunday's game in terms of getting some clarity there on that. We'd love to go ahead and solidify that spot and move forward from there. And it might be one of those things where when we make that decision, it's not final for the season. It could be we have to reassess after a couple of weeks of the season, or by the bye week, we might have to reassess. So it might be something that goes on. Wouldn't be ideal, but that's the name of the league.
So you're probably wondering, Vipe, what makes you say that it's worse than we initially realized? We already knew that there was a battle going on there, right? Yes, we knew there was a battle going on. But Ben Johnson said that this could go all the way up until the regular season. But not only that, it can go past the regular season. He talked about this potentially going until the first bye week and them reassessing and having to make a change if a change needs to be made. Whoo, man. Listen, I am not a football mind like Ben Johnson, but I seriously question them not settling on somebody and just letting it ride out. I don't know a lot about football, but one of the things I know about offensive line and how it works is that you want 5 guys on the line to get that time to gel together and play together. And maybe I'm wrong. Please feel free to throw your thoughts down there in the chat. But you can't really get 5 guys to gel together over a period of time if you're constantly rotating the left tackle. And then you go into the season, and then if somebody doesn't perform up to your standards, you're going to yank them and put somebody else in there. It just doesn't scream continuity to me. And I know that continuity is one of the most important factors in having a good offensive line. Again, ideally, and I know football is not a perfect world because of injuries and everything of that nature, but ideally, in a perfect world, you want the same 5 guys on that line, game in and game out. But we're not even talking about injuries here. We're just talking about the Bears not having an idea of who their starting left tackle is going to be. Now, here's my thoughts. And again, I realize that I'm just a fan of watching the team, but Ben Johnson keeps talking about wanting one of these guys to stand out and take the job. But you are the head coach of the Chicago Bears. If none of these guys stand out, it is your job, Ben Johnson, your job to identify the best possible match at left tackle and ride with that guy. And I think he kind of alluded to that anyway. Ultimately, that is what might have to happen here. You might just have to identify the best guy available to you and let them ride it out. Now, I mean, at this point, I feel like now that this is where we are, the option that they're probably going to ride with come week 1 is going to be Braxton Jones. I don't need to rehash on the channel how I feel about Braxton Jones. But if this is where we're going, if this is the direction that we're headed, where Ben Johnson just having to pick a guy and go with him, Braxton Jones is the most likely option because he is the one with the most NFL experience. Even though I told you all over and over again, he is not 100% healthy. And in today's joint practice with the Buffalo Bills, he got beat a couple of times. Braxton Jones is the only offensive lineman who I constantly hear about getting beat at these practices. I don't hear about Ozzie getting beat. I mean, maybe once or twice, but it's rare. I haven't even heard about Theo Bennett getting beat since he's been taking reps with the ones. It's always Braxton Jones. And again, it's not that Braxton Jones is the worst offensive lineman in the world, but he is not 100% healthy. And his play in practice and in the game on last Sunday, is showing that he's not 100% healthy. And I have a serious apprehension about him being the starting left tackle for week 1. But I think that's what it's ultimately going to come down to. And it sucks because this is a very important season for the Chicago Bears. We got Caleb Williams going into year 2, first year under Ben Johnson. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of got high expectations for the team. I think we can win 13 games. But if you can't protect the quarterback's blind side, that is a very, very big problem. Maybe I'm overblowing it. Maybe the situation will take care of itself by the time we get to week 1. I hope so. But I am not comfortable with the idea of this battle going into the regular season. That sounds like a recipe for disaster for me. But let me know how you feel. How are you feeling about the Bears left tackle situation potentially going into and continuing into the regular season? Drop a comment, let me know, and make sure you subscribe to the Yard for more things Chicago Bears. And if you want more Bears thoughts and opinions from me, check out that video right there.